I'm going to answer all your Hermes questions with everything that I know, and all the question details and the timeline will be linked down below in the description box for you. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below to let me know your experience, and if you have any additional questions, let's get right into the video. The first question a lot of you ask is how to buy vintage or pre-loved Hermes bags. So some of you may not be aware that I actually have a video how to buy vintage Hermes bags, and that video actually has a lot of good details sharing my experiences how to buy vintage Hermes bags, and I'll definitely link the video down below for you to check it out after this video. If you watched my luxury wishlist 2022 video, which I'll link it down for you as well, you may know that my goal this year is to try to buy a pre-loved Birkin or Kelly with a reasonable price. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that the Birkin and the Kelly on the secondhand market, the pre-loved market, the price is already so crazy. How can you get a reasonable price? I'm not saying that this kind of bags comes along all the time. That's why I'm still searching on a daily basis. So my strategy gonna buy the pre-loved Birkin or Kelly is that when I buy it, I'm willing to sacrifice some of the things like the quality, maybe more wear and tear, because the bag is more worn so that I can get a better price. So my plan is to get a bag like that and bring it to the Hermes spa to spar the bag to restore. That's the only way that I will be able to get a more reasonable price Birkin or Kelly, right? So if you watched my Hermes spa video, which I have like a 3 Hermes spa video last year after I did the Hermes spa to spar my Hermes Constance, and it looks really in a great condition. During the process, I learned so much about Hermes spa, like not only just how much it cost, but also like what colors and what leather, what kind of things are easier to spar, and some of the things that what if your bag is fake when you buy pre-loved, right? All these things. So these 3 videos, I would say it has so much good details, and I'll link them down below for you to check it out after this video so that you can see for yourself. If you are thinking about buying a pre-loved Birkin or Kelly, then honestly you can use this video as a benchmark when you're researching bags on your secondhand market. Be sure to look out for the things I mentioned in my Hermes spa video so that you can find a really good pre-loved bag to buy for the Hermes spa in order to save some money when you purchase. The next question is, how do you care for your Hermes bags, and what insert do you recommend? So I have a dedicated video to go into all the details how I care for my Hermes bags, and I'll also link that video down below for you to check it out. I try to care for my Hermes bags as much as I could, but if you watched my Hermes Kelly 25 review, you know I still run into accident. Luckily, I was able to clean a lot of part of the bag. You know, a bag, you gotta use it, you need to take care of it, but also enjoy it. No matter what happens in the end, the spar option is always there for you. So when it comes to the insert, I don't use any insert at this moment because most of my bags are in epsom leather or Salier style. They basically hold the structure really well. For my Togo bag, what I do is I stuff the bag when I'm not using it so the bag maintain its structure. If I do find any good insert in the future, I'll definitely recommend them to you. The next question, does your Hermes spending have a time limit? A couple of you asked me this question telling me that your Hermes spending expires on a calendar year, that if you don't get a quota back. I don't know about your boutique situation, your SA and the store manager. Every store's rules might be different, but I can tell you that I asked this question to my SA, and the answer I got from her is that she said that as long as I don't get a quota back, like I don't get a Birkin or Kelly, my spending does not expire at all. I thought about it my Kelly 25, I spent it over almost like a 2 years time span, and all my spending in that time frame counted toward my Kelly 25. It never expires, so I know she was telling me the truth. So I think the best way is that if you're really worried your spending expire or something, maybe the best way is to clarify with your SA, like, hey, does this happens? Because she knows the best, right? Just in case the rules are different. If your experience is different, definitely leave me a comment down below to let me know. I would love to hear different experiences. The next question is, does leather goods like non-quota bag count toward your spending? This one is another one asked by a lot of you, which is super interesting because I definitely heard mixed stories, and I could tell you that when I asked my SA this question, she definitely told me that my leather goods and my non-quota bag does not count toward my spending. So for those of you remember that I have a Hermes her bag, and she told me that my her bag did not count toward my spending. But what's really interesting is that I have another friend in the San Francisco boutique, and she is shopping with a different SA, but her SA told her that her non-quota bags counted toward her spending. So I don't really know, but I think the best way in your case is to check with your SA, because what really matters is, does your SA count your non-quota bag spending as your spending, right? So you will only get the most accurate answer from your SA. Leave me a comment down below to let me know what your SA says about your non-quota bag purchase. I'm also curious to know as well, but at least for me, it didn't count. The next one is how much I need to spend to get my non-quota bags, for example, like Picotin. I think before the pandemic happens, based on the inventory and stuff, if you tell your SA, the Picotin, that the color that you want, it's pretty much just a waiting game. It's a matter of time that you should be able to get your Picotin without spending much. But nowadays, I could totally see that because the inventory is low and some of the popular colors, people are competing for it, and your store simply don't get as many as before. Of course, that this could happen. You might have to spend something, depends on what they get, what's your relationship with your SA, and a lot of other factors, right? I won't be able to tell you a ratio that you need to spend to get your Picotin, but I can offer you a few alternatives. One alternative is that if you don't mind to get your Picotin pre-loved, maybe you can look around the pre-loved market, because a lot of times actually Picotin is cheaper in the pre-loved market, especially the used ones. Another alternative that you have is that, you know how sometimes maybe your wish list is a little bit restricted. If you are willing to compromise a little bit and you open up to more colors and sizes, I'm sure it'll be a little easier to get. And the other thing is that if you don't want to spend that much, that you can also try to travel to some travel city like Paris, Hawaii. While you're traveling, you can try your luck as well. After all, those non-quota bags still should not be as hard as quota bags. Do you like this type of Hermes Q&A video? If you do, we can try to have more videos like this in the future. Just answer all your Hermes questions, and you can also share your experience with me. So don't forget to leave me a comment down below to share your experiences, or if you have any additional questions, so that I can include them in the future Q&A videos. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.